Hello everyone and welcome to the Grenglish Show. We're waving goodbye to August, which means spring is around the corner. And I can see some of you already trying your Speedos on or your bikinis on. Or if you're heading to Maslin Beach, you don't have to worry about any of those. Anyway, as we're getting over last week's threat for another global financial plunge, our treasurer, Joe Hockey, is again in hot waters. He's receiving a lot of criticism lately that he's not doing his job properly. He's not delivering as a treasurer, putting pressure on our Prime Minister to actually replace him. Ooh, that would not be a very nice Christmas present for Mr. Hockey, unless, of course, it happens before that. And to the other side of the world, in Greece, another political circus. Η τραγουδίστρια Άλκης Πρωτοψάλτη, λοιπόν, υπουργός τουρισμού. Υπηρεσιακή μεν, αλλά υπουργός τουρισμού. Γράφει λοιπόν ένα τραγούδι για τη Χαβάη και γίνεται υπουργός τουρισμού. Να γράψω κι εγώ λοιπόν ένα τραγούδι για τη θάλασσα και να γίνω υπουργός ναυτιλίας. Όμορφο παιδό είμαι, ταλέντο έχω, στην πολιτική τα ξέρω όλα, γιατί όχι. Έχει λοιπόν γίνει η Βουλή, το λαϊκό πάλικο της Ελλάδας και η εθνική λυρική σκηνή. Μάλιστα. Switching back to English now, I was just saying in Greek, that's why I'm doing the Grenglish Show, that one of Greece's most famous female singers has become the Minister for Tourism. Now, she wrote a song about Hawaii a few years ago and she becomes the Minister for Tourism. Well, if I write a song about the ocean, Henley Beach for instance, or something like that, I might just become the Minister for Fisheries or something along those lines. Why not? Anyway, on today's show, we have a story on detoxing, the Greek Film Festival, but first, let's have a look at the European tour number 2, like promised, as promised from last week. Today, we're looking at Venice, Berlin and Barcelona.
Ist einer Hit, sie singen und sie tanzen, ans Horn gehen denken's nicht. Ja, immer wenn was los ist, mein Vater ist dabei. Er kann's halt nicht lassen, zum Feiern nimmt er frei. Er macht so gern eine Stimmung und singt so gern ein Lied. Er ist ein super Kumpel, wie selten nur angibt. Meine Mutter und mein Vater, die seien zwar nicht der Leid. Gibt's irgendwas zum Feiern, dann seien die zwar dabei. Mein Vater, die zwei, die seien ein Hit. Sie singen und sie tanzen, ans Horn gehen denken's nicht.
Ψυχαγωγία, ράδιο 1. Μουσική, ράδιο 1. Ενημέρωση, ράδιο 1. 87,6. Ράδιο 1. Ο σταθμός που εκπέμπει στην καρδιά σας. Barcelona, that was nice. But enough with daydreaming, back to reality, back to the Grenglish Show. As mentioned earlier, our feature story for today is on detoxing. We looked at some detox programs and diets and what the benefits are for all of us. We spoke to a professional naturopath as well as herbalist and counsellor, Miss Anna Gray, who was kind enough to share with us her knowledge and experience. Please enjoy the story on detox and enjoy the benefits. They say that a healthy body is a combination of healthy food, plenty of exercise, and as less stress as possible. However, our busy lifestyles sometimes do not allow this to happen or simply make it very difficult. A combination of processed foods, stressful jobs, and environmental factors make our bodies a thriving ground for toxins. The term detoxing has become extremely popular in the last decade as more and more people have become aware of the hidden dangers in foods and other life factors. But what exactly is detoxing? Anna Gray, a naturopath and herbalist from Adelaide, explains that detoxing means keeping away from certain substances and foods that have long-term negative effects on our health.
Detoxing is giving your body a rest. In a way, it's almost like a modified fast. So you're allowing your body, you take certain things out of your diet, and you just modify your diet so that your body, your liver, your kidneys, all those organs of detoxification, your kidneys, your lymph, liver, colon, all get a little bit of a rest. I guess for me, I would probably take out alcohol and coffee, tea, dairy and wheat, and quite often meat. So it's fairly restrictive, but at the same time, I would do a plant-based diet. So there's quite a lot you can still have. So I tend to go with as much unprocessed food as possible.
One of the most common disruptions from the presence of toxins in our body is the loss of digestive balance. According to Miss Gray, high consumption of carbohydrates is the main reason.
A lot of digestive problems you'll find quite often, especially with the different choices of food that people have. I find it quite fascinating that probably in the last 30, 40 years, we've become much more multicultural, and I realise that we've absorbed a lot. We have not absorbed, but we've taken a lot of carbs, different types of carbs from different cultures. A lot more rice, a lot more pasta, just many more noodles and pizzas and all the rest of it. So I do find that there's a heavy overload on carbs, and I do find that that can really affect digestion.
Okay. Our body becomes toxic with the presence of additives, artificial colorings and flavorings, and other hazardous chemicals found in processed foods. A proper detox program is one that includes a diet free of all the above.
But I would tend to go for a plant-based diet as much as possible when I'm doing detox, because it tends to be unprocessed, and that's what I like to do, steer clear from all the additives and artificial colourings and flavourings and whatever. So a plant-based diet, and with that sometimes I would do salads.
According to Miss Gray, fruits and dark green vegetables such as spinach or kale are the main ingredients in a detoxification process and can be consumed either as meals or as juices.
Well, with the cleansing, you usually start with fruit is the main cleanser of the body. So you would always put at least 1 or 2 pieces of fruit in a juice to do the initial cleansing, and vegetable juices actually build the body up. So with the initial cleansing, I use a lot of green in my juices. I would use kale or spinach, or I use some of the powders like barley grass or wheatgrass powder or chlorella. or spirulina, which is very strong tasting and in moderation.
And when it comes to stress and its negative effects on our system, a different detox approach is applied involving more than just green juices and dieting.
Different approach. If it's very severe stress and it's ongoing, yeah, you have to be a bit careful with that, because it can be a stress just doing the detoxing. So I'd probably do a modified detox program, and I would certainly give them. I would probably do some healthy smoothies that maybe have some B vitamins in them and things like that for stress. And yeah, but usually I do massage too. So even if it was me, I would recommend massage. Or
Detoxing doesn't necessarily mean that a person has to be sick in order to do it. It could be a quick cleanse after a holiday, or just a way to keep the insides of our body happy, or even help with weight loss.
depending on a person's lifestyle, some people come and they've just been on a holiday and they say, look, I just want a little detox, for 3 or 4 days. And then I have others who perhaps their health has really reached quite a serious situation where they're starting to get some very serious symptoms. And quite often you have to be a bit careful there too. You don't just go in full bore. You have to do it gently. Sometimes with people who have a more serious situation, you just change one meal at a time. It might be over a period of a month, because these people tend to be long-term clients or longer-term clients than maybe just a short fix.
Although detoxing has become a popular practice in healthy living these days, there's still a lot of educating to be done to people in terms of knowing what's good and what's not when it comes to nutrition and health. As for what is the best detox program to follow, well, your body is the one that will make this decision.
I think we still have a problem, and I do think it's interesting that detoxes have become, popular, because I do find that people do a detox and then they feel good, but they'll just go back to what they were doing before. If they feel bad enough, they'll often make some permanent changes, but usually, it's just it can be a faddish thing. But I'm really happy to see that it's around, because I do think there is an increase in interest in health. I think Australia's pretty good in that way. I've travelled quite a bit, and I do find that Australians, on average, are probably more health conscious, more healthy eating conscious than I would probably tend to. I would take into account whether the person has a very physical job, or and usually I wouldn't recommend people do it. It would probably be better on a weekend, or a series of weekends. They just do 2 days a week for a month or whatever it is, or if they're on holidays, that's the more ideal situation, if they have a week off or something like that.
How long until someone starts seeing results after following a detox program?
That depends on how unwell they are. If they're doing it because they're feeling unwell, how long, if they've had negative symptoms, it will take longer. If a person is just been travelling, or just after Christmas been imbibing too much, usually fairly quickly. But I have to add that before you get better, you do tend to get some downsides, and depending how unhealthy your body is. For example, people who have a lot of caffeine, when I ask them to go off caffeine, and I prepare people usually. If they've had a really bad diet, I will say, let's just change this for a week or two, and then take out a couple of those coffees and just have one a day. And so you have to be a bit careful with people like that, otherwise you just lose them.
The message out of this story is pretty clear.
The more unprocessed your diet is, if you can start working towards reducing the amount of processed food in your diet, you'll see a direct correlation in your health.
And because good health is the greatest gift given by nature, a freshly squeezed juice with lots of apples, green apples, kale, cucumber, ginger, raspberries, beetroot, lemon and mint. Cheers to good health. And yes, good health is indeed the greatest gift given to humans by nature. Now, let's talk Greek Film Festival. It's coming up, well, 3 months away, but we'd like to give you an update on a couple of the films that will be featured during the festival. The film festival opens in late November, and the opening movie is Alex and Eve. Alex and Eve by Alex Lykos. It's a Greek-Australian production, and it's about a Greek man and a Lebanese Muslim woman who fall in love and they get married and all that stuff. And of course, the two families, being from different cultures and different backgrounds, they just clash. It's a hilarious movie, a very funny plot, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. It's worth mentioning that Alex and Eve was initially a play which was successfully launched in Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide a few years ago. Now, the two consecutive plays, Alex and Eve the Wedding and Alex and Eve the Baby, did not come to Adelaide. However, they were really successful wherever else they were launched. And the second movie is from Greece. It's called Amore Mio by Christos Dimas, known for his movie Nissos. It's a hilarious comedy. It's about a young coach in a female volleyball team and his love affairs with some of the girls. It's hilarious, it's funny, it's enjoyable, and I'm sure that will be another highlight of the Greek Film Festival. And with this, we come to the end of today's show. I want to thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, please keep smiling. Και ως την επόμενη φορά, να μην ξεχνάτε να χαμογελάτε. Πολλά φιλάκια σε όλους. Καλό σας βράδυ.